Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are discussing disturbing, disgusting, gruesome, and grotesque ingredients to be found in skincare today. I'm going to read through a list and explore the merits and why people still stick to using these sort of ingredients in their skincare today, and prepare to be shocked. You might think some of these should have been left in like the medieval period, but no, we are still finding them in products today and still slathering them on our faces. Obviously, I'm open to challenge. If you actually think any of these are perfectly normal and you're absolutely fine to use them in your skincare routine, please leave me a comment below. In fact, leave me a comment, whatever. Share your thoughts and feelings on today's video. It's meant as a bit of fun, but don't forget, these ingredients are still available today. So keep that in mind throughout all of this video. I've got a lot to get through, so let's start on with the first and the most odd, I think, of all of the ones today. The most odd finding is the bird poo facial. Not actually just a facial, but can also be found in other exfoliating products. So this is a trend which came out of Asia, and where they harvest the poop and the droppings of a nightingale specific to that region. They then apply some, UV lights and stuff to it to make sure it's sterile and perfectly free of parasites and bacteria. They grind it up into a powder and they apply it to the face. The theory behind this is it has a slightly acidic nature to the product, even in powder form, which gives a light exfoliation to the skin. Why? Why are people doing that? I find this completely and utterly bad. Is lactic acid not good enough for you people? We have some really good exfoliators on the market at the moment. You can choose a strength that works for you. You can choose a product that you like and enjoy. There's some that are hydrating. There's some that are more drying. Some do in-pore exfoliation. Some do a surface exfoliation. None of them require you to slather dung on your face to get the same impact. What makes this worse is it's super expensive. Because there's so many man hours involved in harvesting, processing, treating, and all of that, this is ruinously expensive. So for around $250, you can get yourself a month's supply of bird dung powder to use as an exfoliator. Or you can jump over to Decium and you could buy a 5% lactic acid, which will give the same results for $5. Your choice. But that, to me, totally gruesome. Coming in at number 2 is something I actually briefly mentioned in a chat when someone who gave me the idea for this video said, what is the worst and most gross skincare product you've ever heard? And I reached out and said, actually, products containing placenta I just find a little bit on the grim side. So obviously, placenta is a natural part of the birthing process, and there's no criticism on that part particularly when it's your own. But the idea that people pay for, companies pay for this, usually taken in this case out of Russia, there's a huge market for it in Russia, where you sell it to companies who then harvest the stem cells and cells from the placenta to then use in skincare products. They're classed as boosting collagen, firmness, elasticity, and hydration in the skin. All great things for the skin, but the idea of using somebody else's cells on your skin, I just find completely and utterly unnecessary. If it's your own, that's fine. You do what you want to do with your own body. That's your call. But I have issues with the ethical nature of this product. Really, are we harvesting it freely from people over in Russia? I doubt it. And the idea of slathering somebody else's cells on me doesn't actually work for me, does nothing for my skin. And also, if you want to trigger the production of collagen and elastin, get yourself a copper peptide, so much cheaper, because these creams retail for up to $1,000. You could get yourself a $14.99 copper peptide serum, which will still boost your collagen elasticity and give you a really nice hydration to the skin. You don't need to be smearing someone else's cells onto your skin in order to do this. I have another body part related product coming much later on in the video, so it's worth hanging around for that one. Coming in at number 3 is actually like a tip, a hint, or a hack that came out of California over in the States, and baffling. This comes about from, when people say ingredients never lie, and I say, actually, do you know what? Behind all that, there's a whole host of things that go into the formulation of a product, how that ingredient's cared for, how it's transported into the body, all matters. The ingredient itself doesn't work. Well, there's a trend, a craze coming out of California that has actually swept quite a few blogs that I've read this on, which is before you put on all of your serums, your toners, any of your treatments onto your skin, what you should do is splash liberally or a light little dash of your own pee onto your face. Urine contains elements, so the study says, which will enable you to retain hydration better and give you an overall more plump and glowing appearance. No, just no. So the theory behind this is that our own urine contains urea. Urea is a fantastic ingredient in skincare which helps to retain moisture. It's one of the most hydrating. Anyone that's ever had a cracked heel and wants to apply a product usually contains urea because it just really hydrates the intensity, updates the intensity of the hydration in a product. Great. Doesn't work the same if it's not in a clinically formulated preparation where it's actually go through stages of processing to get to that end state. It is not the same as just slapping pee on your face and hoping for the best. This doesn't work. And when people called out some of the proponents of this technique and said, really, why are you doing that? What's that all about? They came back and said, actually, a lot of people, extreme mountaineers, if they're caught on a mountainside, that's exposed and they don't have access to drinking water and stuff, could rely on their own pee for this. Well, yeah. Probably. Maybe I would if I was, stuck up a mountain on an exposed mountainside with no hope of rescue. Maybe I would. But you're not. You're applying this in your comfort of your own lounge. You've probably got a latte or a hot chocolate going. You're doing your skincare routine. There is no need for this. Just get a nice facial oil, drop it into your moisturizer. That will give you enough hydration for days. You do not need to be doing this disgusting practice. Move on. Move on. Now, coming in at number 4, this one might be personal to me. This is the one that I think you guys might call me out for because you might say, actually, it's not that disgusting. But this is the application of vinegar in products. The smell. Why? I think your skincare routine should, first and foremost, deliver a benefit, but it also should be pleasurable to do. You should be enjoying the product. You should be it should be part of a sensorial experience that you are a part of your self-care routine. So many products have got on the apple cider vinegar craze where everyone thinks apple cider vinegar will cure every single ailment going from cancer through to gastroenteritis, through to skin complaints, acne. It will do it all. It won't, but it will. It has got some proven scientific benefits. So people and companies have started throwing, vinegar into products left, right, and centre. I would prefer people to use a proper formulated product that includes apple cider vinegar over slathering it on themselves because you don't know the strength, the concentration, or how it's going to interact with your skin. So using it in a proper formulated product is always preferable. So I definitely recommend that. But the smell of these products. Oh, I tried the Gilly, however you say it, vinegar toner. What the worst thing about this is they don't even pretend to disguise the smell. It's just there, and it lingers for hours. I smelled for the rest of the day. I smelled that vinegary, acidic scent on my skin. I was like, this is a firm pass for me. It was totally removed any enjoyment out of my skincare routine. I just found it a little bit gross. It also didn't do much for my skin. I think there are some anti-inflammatory benefits to using vinegars. They can also help with lifting some pigment from the skin a little bit, maybe a light exfoliation. You can get all of that from an azelaic acid, which won't stink like this. Definitely give the vinegar a pass, move on to the azelaic acid. But do share with me below if you love apple cider vinegar, its benefits, and how you use it in your routine, because I would love to hear from you. Coming in at number 5, I'm just going to say newfangled animal derivatives. Now, I personally don't live a vegan lifestyle. I try to look for cruelty-free in my skincare, but I don't necessarily eliminate animal products from my skincare routine. I always like to call out vegan options on the channel because I know a lot of people do opt for a plant-based lifestyle. I don't have a personal issue with some of the older style animal products that you do find. Some of the fats and some of the hydrators do often contain animal products in there. But we seem to be on a mission to find new and more disgusting ways of incorporating things unnecessarily into our skincare routine. Number 1 has to be Emu Oil. So it sounds pretty inoffensive in of itself, and it's one of those trends which is emerging and probably will become quite big in the next couple of years. It costs more than your standard facial oil, and it's a hard fat which is extracted from the gut and the intestine of an emu. It is then processed into a smooth, silky and luxurious oil that's said to hydrate your skin to the gods. I don't think, fats from guts of animals and that does nothing for me. I also find it a bit unnecessary because I don't see why we need to be using that when I don't know anybody that dry that has to rely on something like this. Why can't we just, up our facial oil usage, maybe get a really nice rich humectant? All these things exist already and don't need, an emu to have that and no. Whole thing I found pretty grim. And also the latest craze which I found, and I was contacted by a company saying, can we send you a free sample? I was like, no, absolutely not. Donkey milk. So again, not squeamish about animal products in my skincare per se, but donkey milk. was like, sounds a bit grim. But also, why I really don't like this is the idea it contains 4 times the amount of vitamin C than your standard cow's milk. Yeah, so does a vitamin C serum. Why? Why do you need to include this in your routine when we have some really great vitamin Cs? You know, I have some vitamin C derivatives are my go-to. They give me everything I need in terms of antioxidant protection, brightness, the glow, the luminosity. I don't need to slather donkey milk on my skin to be able to achieve that. So that's a firm pass for me. You do you if you think that is something that you like. And share a comment below if you've ever tried any of these products. But that was a firm pass for me. Now, finally, and this is the most grotesque thing I've ever heard in my life. And I'm going to leave a link to this product because you might want to, read up on it a little bit more because I genuinely couldn't believe it when I heard it. This product, again, is supported by Oprah. So, she's got a huge selling power and she swears by this product and mentioned it in one of her firm favourites to deliver a smooth and youthful appearance. And that is products which include harvested cells from medical we'll call it offcuts. So anytime you have, in certain countries have rules and regulations around this, other countries are less stringent with their consumer protection laws. Whenever you have a procedure done which removes an element of skin from wherever it is on the body, that then can, in some countries, be sold for medical uses. Some of it's done in testing to test the effectiveness of products. Some of it finds its way into our skincare. Skinmedica, which is one of Oprah's favourite skincare brands, uses this technology in their TNS line. I've left a link to this because this is a family-friendly channel. I don't want to go into too much gory and gruesome detail. If you do actually want to know where most of these cells are harvested from, I've left a link below. The idea that you would slather human cells on your face as a way of getting epidermal growth factors increased, and it can lead to more hydration, some youthful appearances. I get all of that, but the ethics behind this are as dubious as they come. Where these are harvested from, I would not like to know, and the idea that you're using medical offcuts in your skin, no, just no. That's a firm pass for me. I won't go into any more detail because it made me quiver and made me think, oh no. So I'll leave a link to it below if you do want to check that out for your own, to satisfy your own need to know the goss. I'll leave a link below. But again, at the price tag, I would never try that product anyway. Oprah, if you're watching, and she's not, if she is, put it down. Put it out, move it to one side. There is absolutely no need for that in our skincare routine. We can get all the anti-aging we need from our existing products. So there you are, guys. That's a quick, short, sharp rundown of what I think are the most disgusting ingredients and products on the skincare market today. I didn't include snail mucin, which I all have a personal issue with because I find it slimy and gross. But actually, so many people love it. I'm leaving that out because I just can't stand the amount of shade that's going to be thrown at me. So I've left that out of this video. Leave me your comments and your thoughts below on any of these products. And wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.